Well, Steve, this is not something that you want to click that like button about, because Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all these major social media platforms telling lawmakers that Russian-influenced content actually reach more people than they originally thought. Now, the good news for us who use these platforms, there are ways to distinguish between what's fake and what's news. This is not the selfie they had in mind. Lawyers from Facebook, Google, and Twitter testifying on Capitol Hill. Their platforms celebrated for their ability to connect people, now being criticized for their vulnerability to confuse people.
You know, the Cold War was something real. Like, we almost went to war with nuclear weapons with the same country that we're talking about right now.
Raleigh activist Conrad James could soon make his own trip to Capitol Hill. Lawmakers inviting him to testify on his own experience. Congressional investigators say Russian internet trolls duped James into holding a rally, hoping the event would stir up racial tensions. Unfortunately for the Russians, it didn't go according to the alleged plan.
We didn't put the gasoline on the fire to turn Charlotte into Charlottesville. That didn't happen. It turned into an inspirational, almost support rally.
But James's optimism may be the exception and not the rule, and it may be impossible to measure the amount of influence Russian agents may have imposed on Americans. Consider what we're learning today. Facebook confirming as many as 80,000 pages of what it calls divisive content during the run-up to the 2016 election, reaching more than 126 million users. On Instagram, Russian bots posting 120,000 times on 170 different accounts. Twitter reports 2,700 Russian-linked accounts tweeting 131,000 messages. YouTube, owned by Google, counting 18 channels and 1,100 videos of Russian-sponsored content.
People know.
Nicole Lee, a professor of digital media and communications at NC State, warning that Russians are hardly alone in their tactics.
That's their intention. If they evoke an emotional reaction, if they make you angry, you're more likely to share it.
For news consumers, her advice is to take some simple steps to confirm authenticity.
Especially hoax sites will actually have some sort of disclaimer that they're not responsible for the information on the page. Also looking at the URL, it won't be a regular .com or .org.
See, these are skills and different things we're going to have to look for probably for a long time. Conrad James, he's been invited, of course, to testify before Congress. He says if he chooses to do that, he'll do that in the next few weeks. Steve?
And what we do know is members of Congress will continue grilling those social media executives tomorrow. Things could get interesting as we learn more in Washington in the days ahead. Jonah Kaplan live in downtown Raleigh tonight. Thanks.